What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Two Confrontational, where we preview each week of the NFL, give our picks and predictions for the top games and performance for the upcoming week. This week is week 5 of the NFL, and we got a very special surprise guest picker joining the pod. We got a man, he's a brother, he's a father, he's a friend, he's a 3-time football champion. He's a state championship for long jump and still one of the fastest man to ever step foot in Del Rapids. Let's give a warm welcome first time guest on the pod, Zachary Barber. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on the pod, buddy. How are the first 4 weeks of NFL treating you? How are your fantasies going? If you placed any bets, how are the first 4 weeks going?
Not too much for betting wise. Fantasy is struggling.
Yeah.
Picked up my first one in the family one.
Yeah, I think you beat me by like 10 points or something like that. 3 points, yeah, it was, yeah.
But 1-4 in the other one and 3-1 in the other one. So
yeah,
one good,
tough.
one medium, and one bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but something to look forward to. You got the Vikings at 4-0.
Yeah.
Vikings are looking hot. Sammy D coming in, throwing the ball well, and we got Aaron Jones, a huge addition, and he's been playing well. So
even a healthy Naylor at receiver 3 looks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except for that muff punt. Yeah, except for that muff punt that he had.
Yeah, I think that one got caught in the sun. And our punter, Pat McAfee, always says he's one of the best punters. That Wayland for Green Bay, he's had some 55, 60-yard punts, a lot of hang time. So, but yeah, Vikings look really, really good. Good addition.
Eye black, Kev, right?
I know, right? Yeah, I gotta say that addition, Jordan Addison playing for you guys last week, huge addition. He had 2 touchdowns.
Two touchdowns, rushing and receiving.
Yeah, so he was a huge addition. Good person to have back, I think, for you guys.
I mean, if you look at all the times he's played the Packers, he's you could say he's better at Jefferson in those games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe, and I don't know if the Packers just key on Jefferson. I think a lot of teams do.
Just opens up the door.
2 receivers that good. Yeah, it's hard to cover both, at the same time. But
and with Jair out this last week,
and I feel like he's always out in these big games. It's just like I don't know if he doesn't want to play or he's scared, or I know he played I think he played one game last year. I know he missed one, but he did the gritty on Justin Jefferson when he broke it up. That's what I remember. But
these kids these days.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
TJ coming back though could be scary. He's coming.
Oh yeah, he's practicing.
Weeks.
Yeah, they're opening up his window on Friday, so we'll see. Yeah. They said he's traveling too, which kind of surprises me, but I think it'll be good for him to get out there and I mean he's not going to play, but just experience that London trip with the boys is always a big win.
Yeah, chemistry for sure.
How do you guys feel about that? Like they're playing, it's a home game for them in London. 8:30. It's always obviously got a different time change and everything like that. And then playing at 8:30 in the morning. How do you guys feel about that? And it being a home game.
Well, home game? What time do they technically play in London?
I'm not sure. I don't know the time difference. I just know it's 8:30 our time.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's like 7:30 at night for them.
No, so it's like a primetime game, kind of.
Yeah,
but realistically, like so. For instance, New York or Jets probably left today. It's only a 6-hour flight.
They're leaving tomorrow.
Right.
Right.
So
Rogers said he's leaving. They're leaving Thursday.
Yeah.
But 6-hour flight. So
yeah,
nothing major there for them.
So getting acclimated to the time change. But still an 8:30 game in the morning is what your body's probably gonna feel like right away.
For sure.
But I like the international games. You get to watch football from the moment you wake up all the way until you go to sleep. So I mean, it's kind of nice. You don't have to sit around for the first 4 hours of the day just twiddling your thumbs waiting for kickoff. But
exactly.
A lot to look forward to in week 5. Let's just jump right into the action. Week 5, you got pretty electrifying Thursday night game to kick everything off. You have a divisional matchup, basically a deciding factor for the throne in the NFC South. You have the 3-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling down to Atlanta to take on the 2-2 Falcons, who don't really look like a 2-2 team in my opinion. But the Falcons are a 1.5 point favorite at home. Who do you guys got in this one? Tampa Bay and traveling down to Atlanta on Thursday night.
Yeah, you Zachary, you go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take it. I got the Bucks. Baker Mayfield last week just proves that he is an elite quarterback right now.
Top 10, I would say for sure.
Yeah. Oh, easy. And Oh, it's it. I still obviously being a fan of Cousins. I just don't think his leg and Achilles is fully healed. You can tell
Mm-hmm.
you watching
Yeah.
his throws. Um, but yeah, just the way Baker's been playing, he's only had one shaky game,
Yeah, that
but
Mm-hmm.
was 2 weeks
still,
ago.
his
Yeah.
ability to compete and win, you're not gonna knock the Bucks in this one. I got the Bucks.
All right. Yeah, I gotta side with Zachary. I'm gonna go the Bucks here. I mean, last week, playing the Eagles defense, they're always known to have a good defense. Last week, he throws for 350 or 347. It was 2 touchdowns. And then you got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, just having those receivers always, producing, or at least one of them's producing. So he's got some guy to throw to that's having a good game. I got to go with the Bucks here. Their defense is great, and yeah, like you said, Zachary, Kirk doesn't look as comfortable as he usually does in the pocket. He's kind of moving around a little bit, and I don't know. It doesn't look as healthy as he should be, but they're a good team. It's going to be a better game than I think we all think, but who knows? I mean, I didn't know the Bucks were going to beat the Eagles by what was it, 20-point spread, 20-point
Yeah,
difference.
it was
So I
bad.
didn't. Yeah, but I'm going to go Bucks here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna go with Atlanta. Yeah, maybe Kirk Cousins isn't as healthy as he once was or back to 100%, but they've been switching up and actually utilizing him the way that he is designed to be used with the play action, naked boots out and dumping off to Darnell Mooney, who's been playing really well. Drake London, Kyle Pitts. So I mean, they're starting to use them correctly, and I mean, they've been in a lot of close games with the Chiefs, and then they beat the Saints, who've been putting up 45 points a game against the Cowboys and the Eagles and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I mean, I like the Falcons, especially at home. The only reason why I'm picking them is at home. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay is been a threat in the AFC for sure, especially in that South Division, 3-1, and they're putting up points, 31 points on the Eagles. So yeah, let's go Falcons though. I'm gonna stick with the Falcons in this one. Give me Atlanta at home on this one.
Boom.
Okay.
But yeah, like we were talking about earlier, we got the first international game to kick off the Sunday slate. We'll jump over across the pond to London, where we got the 2-2 New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers taking on Sam Darnold and one of the two undefeated teams left in the league, the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are a 2.5-point favorite in London in this one. Yeah, like you said, Evan, technically on paper it's a home game, but yeah, like it's in London. But 2.5-point favorites over the Jets. Who do you got in this one, Zachary?
I think you can tell by the jersey. I got the Vikings, baby. I mean the Jets has got their D line is stout, so
Gonna be
I think
hard
it's
to
going to
run.
be another big test for our O line, um, especially Bradbury. Yeah, definitely needs to continue to step it up, and I mean we'll see what the coming of Reisner does with Ingram, but I mean it's gonna be a hard fought game. So as long as our defense plays well, obviously on the back end of that Packers game last week, once Love kind of figured out, our defense, he was cooking. So with a veteran quarterback like Rodgers, you're gonna have to bring it all 4 quarters.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm not usually going to go with the Vikings, but yeah, I'm going to go with the Vikings here as well. I just think your offense is cooking. Sam Darnold looks great. And then your defense, that they know they can go into pressures and they can back out of pressures just as quick as they can go into them. I know you guys are bringing a lot of heat, and then you'd back off, and it's kind of like a weird look for the quarterback. I'm seeing those linebackers and drop and stuff. But yeah, I got to go to the Vikings here. They just look too good. And I know a lot of people are saying they're the best team in the NFL, and with that record, they do look like that, and just the way they're performing as well. They look like a really serious contender this year. So I'm gonna go Vikings.
Yeah, let's do a clean slate on this one. Clean sweep. I'm going the Vikings as well in London over the Jets. Yeah, it is kind of hard to bet against Aaron Rodgers. I mean, veteran quarterback. He's seen the Vikings defense multiple times throughout his career. Obviously, different coordinator. But yeah, Brian Flores, that second half dropped everything back into to prevent shell coverage basically, and that's when Jordan Love throws for 380 yards. And if you let Aaron Rodgers get those looks, he's gonna tear us apart. So, but I still like how the Vikings have been coming out, basically giving every team noogies in the first half, or at least the first quarter. They scored on every opening drive so far this year, which is incredible. We're not used to that. We're usually 3 and out or interception or a fumble right on the first drive. So it's fun to see how the Vikings are playing. Kevin O'Connell's cooking. Brian, yeah, exactly. Kind of a brand new Vikings feel. It feels like JJ's healthy. Got Addison coming back. He's healthy. Can't wait till TJ gets back. Keep Aaron Jones healthy. Defense is playing well. We got Ivan Pace coming back as at the middle linebacker position, which huge addition on the defensive end. So yeah, give me the Vikings in this one in London.
Yeah, and you also got to note, I just want to toss in there. I mean, last week the Jets played the Broncos and lost 10-9. I know Rodgers was saying it was like just a shitty weathered game, but still, you lose by 1 point. I know they missed a field goal, but lose by 1 point to the Broncos doesn't really say much. After their one good game, I think it was their third game or second game, they played pretty well. I got to stay with the Vikings. I think it's a good choice.
Yeah, and didn't Rodgers say he was kind of banged up with his knee a little bit?
Yeah, he said it was swollen. He's like, oh, it's a little bit of wear and tear, and he's also like, this is my 20th year or whatever, 18th year, whatever it is. But yeah, that's an issue too. If he can't move around, if he's not mobile, I know he's not mobile at all, really. But if he's super limited,
I was gonna say. Plus, always you always hear the players say that going overseas and playing at different countries, their turf or grass or hybrids that they've been trying to poke out now here and there,
right?
Can do some damage on your leg and stuff. You've seen that a couple of times now with your boy Jordan Love. So
right, exactly. Yeah, I bet Rodgers is pretty scared actually. We're coming off an Achilles injury. I'm playing on I don't know what kind of field it is. I know the one in Germany was like a soccer field, but same turf grass. Yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I'm excited to watch that game. I think probably going to be a Vikings big win, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, and just something else to keep in the back of your mind with the Jets is Devontae Adams requested a trade, and one of the teams potentially looking and going after him would be the Jets and reuniting him with Aaron Rodgers, which would be something special.
Do they have the cap space for him?
Yeah, that was looking is the cap space for what's his face? Devontae Adams is like 13.9 right now.
So
just
left on his.
Yeah, they have 17.
17 something.
Yeah. But so they have to. Yeah, go ahead, Ty.
No.
They have to pay him a remainder of this year. It's pretty much what they owe him, and then they can either let him go after 1 year, which is more feasible. I think that's probably the option with the Jets because Rodgers isn't going to be around for multiple years. So I don't know if they'd extend him because they don't know which quarterback or whose quarterback's going to be coming in. So I think they could do 1 year, but they couldn't do any further. I heard Washington Commanders. That seems like a multi-year deal after this year. I heard Pittsburgh. I don't know. I don't really feel like Fields is a quarterback for Devontae Adams, but I know there's a few teams out there. I heard Dallas too.
I saw the Lions had a 40 cap space right now.
Yeah, 44 or something like that. Yeah,
that would be scary.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be very scary.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just something to think about. Kind of fun to, if something like that did happen.
What's going to happen? Yeah.
Right. And then, moving on, we have a game full of parity. You have the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. You already know the 2023 trade for the first round and DJ Moore. And then the Bears got the first round pick from the Panthers to get Caleb Williams. And now the Red Rockets starting for the Panthers. So just a lot of different moving parts between these two teams, and they're finally facing off here. You have the 1-3 Carolina Panthers traveling to Chicago to take on the 2-2 Bears at Soldier Field. Chicago Bears 4-point favorites in this one. Who do you got in this? Who do you guys got in this one?
This one is one that I contemplated.
This is tough. This one is very tough, I think.
But I mean,
it's gonna be a shitty game no matter what. I think. But
Caleb Williams still isn't up to his caliber. Obviously, still being a rookie, 4 games in. Still give him time. I mean, I think he'll be a lot better towards the back end.
Yeah.
Oh, but Andy Dalton. I'm gonna go with the Panthers here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean go ahead, Zachary.
No, I was gonna say even that Bears defense is stout with Sweat, but I like the Red Rocket.
Yeah, I do too. The only thing that scared me, I picked the Rams over the Bears last week, and that came back to bite me in the ass. Yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna go. I feel like I have to go experience or tenure with Andy Dalton over a young quarterback. Um, I just don't know. These are both bad teams. They're both. I don't know. I'm gonna go Panthers here.
Boom.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta go Panthers here.
this one is going to
Bears
be
scare me. The
Two
Bears just
North
scare
teams.
me. So inconsistent.
Yeah. You'd
no,
think with weapons, obviously, with the Keenan Allen and everything, but yeah, you gotta still look at Caleb Williams, growth from here on. So
Absolutely.
yeah, like you said, Zachary, I think the Bears are going to be scary later on down the season. Like, but just with their defense alone, and then once Caleb Williams starts clicking with his receivers, I mean, you've already seen glimpses of Roma Dunze, what he can do. Yeah, and
he's
Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. I mean, they're stacked. Swift came alive last week too. He had some big runs last week as well.
he needed it too, guys, first 2 weeks.
Right, right,
Not
exactly.
playing Swift ball. Yeah.
Especially if you have him on your fantasy, you're feeling it hard. But I mean, yeah, Panthers, Bears. The only reason I'm picking the Bears is because it's at home, and then their defense. Panthers incredible last couple of weeks with the Red Rocket coming in and replacing Bryce Young, but I just think that the Bears defense is going to be pressuring Andy Dalton. O line's not very good in Carolina, so yeah, give me the Chicago Bears at home in this one in the Windy City.
There we go.
So yeah, moving on to the next one, you got a divisional matchup here. Yeah, we got in the AFC North between two teams that we thought were going to be top contenders this year, and still very well could be, but the records right now aren't really showing it. You have the 2-2 Baltimore Ravens taking a trip over to Cincinnati to take on the 1-3 Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals injury riddled all year with T. Higgins out, Jamar Chase a little banged up, Joe Burrow probably not 100% healthy. Yeah, and then you got the Ravens who ran all over. Oh, who did they play last week? Ran all over.
They played. Pull it up. It was a Monday night game. They played the. No, it was
the Buffalo Bills.
Sunday night.
All over the Bills. Yeah, with 200 yards rushing to Derrick Henry and like 3 touchdowns. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup. It's always going to be a good game between the division rivals. But yeah, 2-2 Ravens, 1-3 Bengals in Cincinnati. Baltimore has a 2.5-point spread in this one. Who do you guys got?
I got the Ravens. They're too big.
They are dominant,
both defense and offensively. That once they get that run game going, it's hard to stop. And Hill's been having a great last
year.
Yeah. So no knock against Jamar and Burrow, but they're not going to be able to hang with the Ravens. They're just too big and too fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Ravens too. I feel like they started out pretty slow, and I feel like every game they kind of gradually build speed. Derrick Henry gets better and better. I mean, it was 5 minutes into the game, he had a 83-yard run for a touchdown. These DBs were 15 yards off, and they still couldn't catch him. Looks like he hasn't lost a step yet. And initially I thought, yeah, he looks old his first game, but he's just getting better and better each game. But yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens here. Bengals, unfortunately, Joe Burrow's not healthy, and then I think there's a lot of controversy with their locker room, their receivers, Jamar, T. Higgins. Don't really want to be there. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens on the road in Cincinnati.
Yeah, another clean sweep. I'm going Ravens as on the road as well. Yeah, they're not really much to talk about. The Bengals got by last week with a close win. And yeah, could be going 0-5 after this game if they would have lost. So yeah, at least they got that W, but they're not looking good. Things are not looking good in Cincinnati. And usually they start out like this, kind of 1-2, 1-3, 2-4 type of deal. And
last
then,
year.
Yeah, make a good run. And then I don't think it's happening this year. I just don't see it in Cincinnati. There's not a whole lot of energy there. Yeah, give me Baltimore on the road in this one. Then yeah, heading on, you got another divisional matchup at noon o'clock. You got the 1-3 Miami Dolphins versus the 1-3 New England Patriots. Both teams looking to turn it around after winning week 1 and then on a 3-game losing streak. Both teams are. New England's actually favored in this game at home by 1 point. Who do you guys got in this one?
I got I got the Patriots. The offense for the Dolphins is just in disarray right now. If you
Top
looked at
two.
Tyreek on the sidelines last week, he was not happy.
Yep.
Obviously, he got injured of your backup quarterback too with Skyler, but it's going to be hard to compete against the Patriots with, when is it Drake May's time,
Mm-hmm.
Brissett has been average. Always a decent backup when he needs to play, like his time in Indy, but I still think they're beat the Dolphins. So Dolphins are on a downward spiral right now, but obviously you take away Tua, and then your second quarterback goes down to you're kind of hurting right now, but no fault of their own, but yeah, they're on a little downward spiral.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I just think the way I've seen the Patriots offensive line handle pressure, they're getting torn up and they can't really protect Brissett at all. He's getting thrown around. And I think that's the reason they don't put May in is because they need to upgrade their line if they're going to put him in because he'd get thrown around like a rag doll. I don't want to go with these guys, but I'm going to just help my record. If they do win, I'm going to go Dolphins on the road, just because I think that their offensive lines can't protect on the quarterback or the run game. I'm going to go Dolphins here, and hopefully I think Snoop Huntley is starting again. Hopefully he can start to get some connections with Tyreek. I know he had one pass where he threw it behind. It was one of the first plays. It ended up being a fumble because he threw it behind. Hopefully they can get some chemistry, but I'm going to go Dolphins on the road.
Yeah, there's a couple of missed throws, and then they'll figure that out here this week in practice and everything. They do have a short week, kind of. They played on Monday night, but yeah, it wasn't good showing on Monday night against the Titans. Defense looked all right. Yeah, but Patriots, I don't know. Not a whole lot. Nothing against the Patriots. They're doing exactly what everyone expected, I think, with Jacoby Brissett. And they're 1-3. No one saw that week 1 win. They probably should have won a couple more games in there, close ones. But yeah, I don't know. This one's a tough one with Snoop Huntley, and there's just all the weapons on the Dolphins. I just think the Dolphins find a way to get the dub in Foxborough. But fun fact, the Dolphins are 18-36 in Gillette Stadium since the teams first met in 1966. So Dolphins.
Jeez, you could have told me that before we picked, man. I'm just kidding.
No, but yeah, they're not good on the road anyway, or in the cold. The Dolphins aren't. That's just a proven fact. So when they go up to Foxborough, it's always a tough battle. But it is going to be 65, so not crazy cold. Still early in the season, but yeah, give me the Dolphins on the road. Why not? Yeah, give me the Dolphins. I like Mike McDaniel, and yeah, I like the way he coaches and stuff. So yeah, give me the Dolphins. Then moving on, you got the Cleveland Browns, who are 1-3, traveling to Landover, Maryland, to take on the Washington Commanders, who are 3-1 and looking awesome with Jaden Daniels at the helm. He's gone back-to-back 85% completion games, and no other quarterback has done that back-to-back games. There's been one quarterback that has done it 3 times in a season. He's about to do it 3 times in 3 weeks. So incredible start for Jaden Daniels, and he's probably going to win Rookie of the Year. But yeah, who do you guys got in this one? Browns at Commanders. Washington has a 3-point spread.
I got the Commanders. Jaden Daniels, we know he's got the legs, but he's also starting to figure out his passing too. So it's just keep getting better and better for him. I think they just need to keep feeding McLaren, Scary Terry. Once those two get a true connection down, they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think, the Browns got still Myles Garrett. Their defense is very, very good, but their offense is not very good right now.
Yeah, I didn't really have much to say about this game. Yeah, Jaden Daniels looks very impressive. I think 6 incompletions in 2 games. Looks very good for a young quarterback. He's the best looking one so far. I think he's got it down. He's getting comfortable. I'm going to go Commanders at home. And unfortunately, I thought the Browns were going to be better, but same old story with Deshaun Watson. Their defense holds him up, but Deshaun Watson can't put anything together. So I'm going to go Commanders at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Washington at home too. Another clean sweep on this one. Browns just haven't shown or done anything all season. Did Myles Garrett play last week? I know he got hurt 2 weeks ago with like a pec or something, but I don't know if he But yeah, still, like I said, 75% Myles Garrett, still better than 50% of the defensive ends in the league. But yeah, the way the Washington's been playing, even without Austin Eckler, the two-headed monster with him and Robinson carried the load, and then their other backup had played well too, Terry McLaurin, and then also talks that they could get Devontae Adams as well. But yeah, Browns are probably wishing they kept old man
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Browns are probably wishing they kept him, as at least gave him an offer or something. But yeah, give me the Washington Commanders at home in this one. But yeah, moving on. Speaking of Joe Flacco, you have the 2-2 Indianapolis Colts traveling to the only winless team left in the league, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 0-4. It's down in Jacksonville, so good sign for the Jaguars, and they do have a 3-point spread in this one. But the Colts looked phenomenal with Joe Flacco coming in there in the second quarter or whatever, and taking over the game and getting the dub against Pittsburgh. Who do you guys got? Colts, Jaguars, 3-point spread to the Jaguars.
I got the Colts. Trevor Lawrence he isn't it for him. Obviously, Evan Ingram shined last year as his tight end, but without him, I mean, Etienne he's doing what he can. But if you're Trevor Lawrence, you gotta step it up. This is what, year 3, 4, and
yeah.
I mean, you're showing signs of not much improvement over these last 4 years. So I got experience again with the Colts. So I got to give it to the Colts on this one.
Yeah, I agree. Trevor Lawrence got paid. I think he's the 5th or 6th highest paid quarterback. If he's in that top 5, he recently got paid. Shouldn't have gotten paid. He hasn't really just showed he earned it. Joe Flacco. I think he's. We've seen him with the Browns last year, went on that big run. I think is he playing, or is AR-15 not playing for sure?
It's questionable, not for sure, but he got hit in the head again, and
yeah, unfortunately and he's very injury prone, but you got a good backup of Joe Flacco. I'm gonna go the Colts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts on the road here. Another clean slate. I'm not gonna pick the Jaguars all year until they show something.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that I saw of the Jaguars all year is when they're up 14-0 against the Dolphins, but then second half fourth quarter, basically, the Dolphins came back and ended up winning that game. So, yeah,
nothing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going Colts in this one. Not much to talk about in this one. Trevor Lawrence, was one of the quarterbacks that we said most to prove this year, and he hasn't done anything.
Right.
So, give me the Colts. Then last noon o'clock slate game, you have the Buffalo Bills, who put up a dominant performance last week. Or no, they got a loss last week against the Ravens. But the Texans got a dub last week, and then so you got the 3-1 Buffalo Bills going up against the 3-1 Texans down in Houston. Buffalo actually has a 1-point spread on the road in this one, but Josh Allen is the front runner right now for MVP the way he's been playing. Who do you guys got? Buffalo, Texans, 1-point spread for Buffalo in Houston.
I really like this game. I think this one's going to be the noon game to watch. But I mean, if you're looking at it, you got to give it to Josh Allen, the front runner for MVP. Been playing lights out. Both quarterbacks can run. They've shown it. The Bills receivers are fast. Is Tank Dell still out, or is he questionable this week?
I think he's questionable, but I think he's going to be back.
I think he's expected to play.
Is he? Yeah, I got the Bills, but this one's going to be the one that I think is going to probably come down to a field goal.
Yeah, I'm going to go. My biggest thing here, the Texans only beat the Jaguars, what we were just talking about. Not a great team. Only beat them by 4 last week. Not a huge win for them. I mean, that's a tough game. I'm not sure the exact, I didn't watch that game, but the exact circumstances of what made it such a close game. But yeah, Buffalo. And Josh Allen's a bounce back player, I think. After that, 15, they lost 20-point loss. They lost 35-10, right? 25-point loss. I think they bounce back. I like that Keon Coleman. I like, what's that, Shakir? What's his name, Ty?
Yeah. Belief Shakir.
Yeah, he's faster and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like you said, Zach. It's gonna be a really good game, but I do think the Bills are gonna pull this one out. What do
Yeah,
you got, Ty?
I don't know. This one's tough in my opinion. Like you said, Zachary, I think this is a game to a must watch it. And at the noon o'clock. I'm trying to look up what's the Bills' record after a loss. You know what I mean? Because they are one of those teams like if they lose one, they're coming back and like winning the next one, like the Lions, for instance.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right on that, but I couldn't tell you an exact percentage or record to what them coming back after a loss. But
yeah, I'm not
I think
100%
this one's
sure.
going to be a defensive battle. Whichever defense shows up is that's going to win.
Yeah, looking at Tank Dell, he is questionable. He was limited in practice today, so that's good news. Yeah,
But I
dang
guess,
this.
yeah, I was going to say, I guess if Von Miller suspended too, so
Yep, Von
yeah,
Miller.
what a weird thing. This has happened a while ago with his ex girlfriend.
yeah,
Now he's just getting suspended. I didn't
yeah.
know. I thought he was already charged with that stuff, and I'm not sure why it's so delayed and why he got suspended. So,
I think
it's
it's
not
just their investigation process. Like
true.
with the offseason stuff with Addison,
Mm-hmm.
more than likely he's probably going to face some type of suspension next
Right.
year.
Mm-hmm.
If so,
Once they
Right.
finish up their entire investigation, yeah, I got you.
Same with Rasheed Rice and stuff
yep,
too.
exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. Give me the Houston Texans in this one, just because they're at home. I'm gonna go with the dogs at home. Yeah, give me the Houston Texans. Cam Akers, I was gonna say, has been playing well in the back in the
Gonna let him go.
replacement of Joe Mixon. So Joe Mixon's questionable, so he might be back. So who knows? This one will be a good one. Must watch, must see TV for sure. But yeah, let's move on. Like I said, that wrapped up the afternoon or the noon o'clock slate. But let's move on to the afternoon slate. You have another kind of dog water game. You have the 2-2 Raiders versus the 2-2 Broncos. I guess it's going to be a low scoring defensive battle. But yeah, you have the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Denver. Denver has a 2.5 point spread at Mile High. Who do you guys got in this one?
I don't have too much to say about this one. I'm going to go with the Broncos on this one. I don't think Gardner's progressing well. I mean, he's got the weapons.
Right.
Is Crosby questionable again this
Yeah, I
year?
think he's questionable, and I think obviously Devontae Adams is not playing, so
Yes.
that's a big hit for them.
So you need, Jacoby Myers and in your receivers to step up for Gardner, but I just don't think their O-line is that good. And going up to a Mile High, you're going to need some action playing there. So I think the Broncos win it at home.
Yeah, I think it's a great pick. I think it's a great pick. I think we talked about this last week. Their locker room is falling apart. Just the comments that the Raiders head coach made, Antonio Pierce, just kind of saying about his players not giving it their all, and he'll bench him if he needs to. I'm not sure if that's what's happening with Devontae Adams. Obviously, there's trade rumors and stuff like that. And then Crosby not playing or being doubtful or questionable. And then the big win last week. The Broncos had a big win against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Not a very high-scoring game, but it looks a lot of good defense. So I'm going to go Broncos at home. And I think, I think that Bo Nix has got to step up a little bit and produce some points, but I think he will, and I think they'll get the win.
Yeah, I'm going to go Denver in this one as well. I'm just betting on their defense. Their defense has been playing tremendous. They locked down Garrett Wilson last week. I mean, yeah, they locked down pretty much. They're the number one defense in the league.
They've always had a really, really stout defense. It's always been with receiver injuries and stuff like that in years past. So,
yeah. And Las Vegas is just riddled with injuries. Zamir White's questionable. Devontae's questionable. The left tackle is questionable. Right guard's questionable. Right tackle's questionable. Crosby's questionable. Like all these guys are, there's injury ridden. You got Michael Mayers out or questionable too. So give me the Broncos in this one.
Yeah, and who's that DB that played just got paid for the Broncos? Is that Justin Simmons?
Justin Simmons? Yeah, I mean he's good, and then you got the lockdown Patrick Surtain.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
Yeah, they got a good defense, defensive backfield too. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. We all got the Broncos on that one.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Yeah, moving on to the other 305 game. You got the Arizona Cardinals, who are 1-3, but have been playing better than 1-3 in my eyes. And then you got the 2-2 49ers. This game is in Santa Clara, California. So Cardinals at 49ers. 49ers have a 7-point spread in this one. Juwan Jennings picking it up. Jordan Mason carrying the load. Christian McCaffrey out. Debo's back. I mean, yeah, who do you guys got in this one?
I got the 49ers. I mean, even though they're, some of their guys are injury prone, or, having some slight injuries right now, I think you still got to ride on Mason's back for this one. Kittle, hopefully, he's a little bit healthier. Obviously, him, Debo facing, injuries, but Debo's always been injury prone where he's, out a few weeks or two.
Right.
And then he just comes back just as strong. I'll say it. We hope, Christian McCaffrey comes back, but like that Achilles, obviously you don't want to rush it. And I think it was a little bit underplaying to start the year than most years it actually is. But I still got the 49ers. Kyler Murray, he's showing slight good stuff. But I still don't think he's that elite of a quarterback, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers here. My biggest thing is I wish they just paid Brandon Ayuk, and I wish they would get him more involved. But like you said, they got Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, that Mason guy, the running back, and also looking at the scores in the game last week. They played the Washington Commanders. The Cardinals only put up 14 points against them, and I think I don't know if I'd say the 49ers or Commanders. I don't know who the best team is, but it's not a lot of points on a decent team, but I'm going to go 49ers at home.
Is Fred Warner playing, or is he questionable too?
Yeah, I think he's day-to-day. You'd have to look that up. Did he practice at all today?
He did not participate in practice on Wednesday today. But I mean, it's ankle injury. I mean, who knows? He could just be giving it some rest and some time just to let it heal, So, yeah. But, yeah. So 49ers, I'm going 49ers too. At home, they're just too stacked of a team. They still have all the powerhouse players, weapons. Obviously you're missing a huge factor in Christian McCaffrey, but like we've said and stated, he is being backed up by Jordan Mason, who has been playing phenomenal. 450 yards, three rushing touchdowns, a few catching. So I mean, he's been stepping it up and replacing Christian McCaffrey very well. Obviously would help to have him back, but dealing with a double calf tendonitis, Achilles tendonitis in both of his legs, that's got to be excruciating and not very fun. But yeah, on the Pat McAfee show, they're talking about surgeries over in Germany and stuff and remedies and all that good stuff. So hopefully he's getting the right treatment and back, because everyone definitely wants to see him back, especially people who picked him number 1 overall in fantasy. So I think we all got a clean sweep. 49ers over the Arizona Cardinals. 49ers at home. So and then moving on to the 3:25 o'clock games, you have probably the America's game of the week. You have the the Green Bay Packers, who are 2-2, traveling to Los Angeles to take on the 1-3 Rams. Green Bay has a 3-point spread in this one. This one's going to be a close one. Rams, without their 2 weapons, are still playing pretty well. But obviously we know who we're talking to. We got the Packers owner on the podcast with us, and so he knows all about the Packers and how they're doing. So yeah, who do you got in this one, Evan?
Like you said, both receivers out. That's huge for us. It's hard to say. I mean, obviously I'm going to pick the Packers, but the way they started out last week, very slow. Jordan was overthrown, forcing a lot of throws. If we can limit those turnovers, get a run game going a little bit. Our second half was great. I know we still had a few turnovers, but the connection was there. Looked like he was getting back into his groove. Our defense is still playing pretty well. We had 2 turnovers last week. I think Xavier McKinney had another interception. So,
allegedly,
so he's playing pretty good. Their defense is playing pretty good. I got to go Packers here, and luckily, because Rams are very good with the 2 weapons, Nakua and Cooper Kupp. And the sign is the Bears beat them last week, so it gives me a little more hope in beating them this week. So yeah, I'm gonna go Packers on the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Packers too. I think they bounced back from the loss last week. Love, the dangerous thing about Love is that he's still not fully healthy.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And your receivers are just, you know, really, really good. Your defensive line, what's it, Gray? Is that one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gray,
there's
you got Quay
He's
Walker,
so good.
Quay Walker.
you got a bunch of dogs on the defense line for the
Hopefully
Packers.
Jair,
Yeah, who
returns
knows if he's going to be
himself. So
healthy and back, but hopefully he is. He's a huge factor for us. I mean, having him at corner and then Xavier McKinney as a safety,
yeah,
kind of just following around the best receiver and kind of just locking that side down or even the whole entire field. That'd be huge to have him back.
And the Rams linebacking core is I think they're probably the worst in the worst
Mm-hmm.
league, unfortunately. I mean, you got Rosenboom, an SDSU grad,
Right.
but they're very much struggling to be a part of the passing game and stuff like that. Granted, they both made some really good plays last week and the week prior, but that linebacking crew is struggling right now for the Rams. So it's
Yeah,
going to
and
be a big test for them.
when you say that, hopefully we can get back to week one or week two and have Josh Jacobs run down the throat to me. And that was a great game for him with their week core, and that was against the Tennessee Titans, I believe, or was that was the Colts? No, Tennessee Titans.
It was Titans.
Yeah, we ran all over him. So hopefully get back to that game plan. Give Love a little bit of a break because he's still kind of injured. But you got Packers, Zach. I got Packers. Who do you got, Ty?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Packers as well over the Rams. I mean, it's on the road, but everyone loves playing at SoFi. They got a great turf. Everyone just seems faster playing at SoFi. And
a great stadium.
Yeah, and it's beautiful too. So it's in LA. Yeah, I think the Packers they're wanting to get out of Green Bay and get to LA. I feel it's like a vacation for them. So they're going to be having fun flying all over the field. Datavion Wicks. He's been balling out, or especially last game, he had a breakout performance. And then Jaden Reed's been having a hell of a year. Like you said, Xavier McKinney on the defensive end, 4 picks in 4 games. So yeah, I mean, Packers are a great team and they're very scary in the NFC North. A lot of people are saying the best 3 teams are coming out of the NFC North, and the Packers, Lions, and the Vikings. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great division, and I think the Packers get the road victory in this one over the Rams. So, yeah, give me the Pack. So clean
Hopefully.
sweep on the Pack. Yeah. And then the other 325 game, you have the New York Giants with Daniel Jones at the helm taking on the Seattle Seahawks, who are 3-1, but it was great game against the Lions last week. They looked like a solid team, even getting beat 48-21. So you got the 1-3 Giants at the 3-1 Seattle Seahawks. Seattle has a 6.5 point spread in this one. Who you guys got?
Seattle. They're so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With Kenneth Walker coming back, he definitely played a big part in that game.
Yeah,
Ran all over Detroit's defense. And I mean, you hope Daniel Jones can bounce back and stuff like that, just to give Malik Neighbors some more passes and touches and stuff like that. And Singletary too, been all these last couple weeks. But still, they're going to be no match for Seattle. I think this one might be the biggest point differential game of the week.
Yeah, I believe this is going to be a blowout. Seattle, yeah, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf's getting back involved. Tyler Lockett's not what he used to be, but he had some big catches last week or last night, Monday night. And they played a hard team last week, and they kept up. I mean, Geno still threw for 350. Wasn't any slouch. I mean, I know that what's his name was 18 for 18, threw for 250.
Yeah.
But yeah, Geno's a dog. Yeah, DK's playing really well. Kenneth Walker. Yeah, and they're at home too. I mean, that's a 12th man. They got that 12th man crowd. So, I'm gonna go Seattle at home.
Yeah, another clean sweep. I'm going Seattle at home too. Yeah, just like I said, they had a dominant performance against the Lions, but the Lions were just the more dominant team in that one. So I think them going to playing any other team, they win by 20, 26 points against any other team. So yeah, give me
like that.
Yeah. And even with Kenneth Walker back when they had Zach Charbonnet or whatever, he still was running for 100 yards, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So they're deep. Jackson Smith, Njigba, you didn't mention him, Evan, but yeah, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Geno Smith has great weapons, and their defense is starting to look like the old defense with the what are they, Boom Town or Boom Squad or whatever.
Legion of Boom.
Legion of Boom, yes. I mean, they're a great team. Just a tough loss against the Lions. But yeah, should be.
I was gonna say you also got to give it up to the Giants. D line right there. They are very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think that's going to be a really, really good matchup between Seattle's O and the Giants D. But as far as
right,
obviously Malik Neighbors is a dog, but you gotta give him some help.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones did look good against the Cowboys, though. Not great, but decent. He was completing passes, and they put up 15 points. Malik Neighbors had a touchdown, and I think Wan'Dale Robinson had like 11 targets or 11 catches on 13 targets. So I mean, they are passing the ball and they're getting completions. It's just tough for Daniel Jones. The criticism he's getting and going home and almost getting a W, but falling short. Just all the hate that New York's putting on him, and it's got to be rough for him. But yeah, give me Seattle and over the Giants.
They need Tommy DeVito back.
Yeah, they need some pizzazz, some sauce or something to get that team going again. But yeah, moving on here, we got the Sunday night matchup. You got two teams that are looking for another win here. You got the 2-2 Dallas Cowboys, who are off to a slow start, and you got the 3-1 Steelers, who lost a close one last week to the Colts. Should be maybe in some people's eyes 4-0. But yeah, you got the 2-2 Cowboys at the 3-1 Steelers. Pittsburgh actually has a 2.5 point spread in this one at Acrisure Stadium. Who do you guys got in this one?
I got the Steelers.
Do you? Oh, buckets.
Yeah. You got, the Cowboys
Fields have been playing
riddled.
Yeah,
they're just riddled with injuries. And now I see Brandon Cooks is out this week too.
Is he? Dang.
So Micah Parsons, Lawrence, just on that defensive line, they're two best defensive linemen. Obviously, Parsons is a stand-up linebacker, but you know what I mean. But yeah, no Diggs either too. I mean, they are riddled with injuries right now, which is unfortunate. At week 5. But yeah, I think Fields will have another great game. And the receivers are going to have fun on the Steelers. So it'll be a nice win for the Steelers. I got the Steelers.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. It's just hard because, the Cowboys when they're healthy, they have an electric offense. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is one of the best receivers in the game, and I do like Dak. I know he gets a lot of shit for.
I like Dak.
What's his cadence?
Here we go.
Here we go. Kind of cheesy, but I like him. This is a tough game, but I've been leaning on the Steelers. I think this entire year. I think I picked them besides Week 1 against the Atlanta Falcons, but no, I'm gonna go Steelers here as well. I just think their defense is so good. T.J. Watt is a menace. I mean, if he can get after Dak, you know how Dak is when he gets flustered and he starts making some silly throws down the field to double coverages. So I'm going to go Steelers here, but I do think this is going to be a tight game. Maybe low scoring, maybe a lot of field goals. We'll see. But I know the Steelers are known for kicking field goals, at least this year. Aubrey's a dog. I mean, I know last week he kind of messed up all the bettors on the over because he missed that 50-yard field goal because he hasn't missed one, or under 50, he hasn't missed a field goal, and he shanked that one at the end of the game. I'm going to go Steelers at home. Tough place to play. Got the terrible towels, so I'm going to go Steelers.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Cowboys. They're kind of flipping the script on how they usually play. They're 0-2 at home, and they're 2-0 on the road. Usually it's 2-0 at home, 0-2 on the road. they've been playing well on the road. The team seems to come more together on the road. Um, yeah, but the Steelers have been playing well. They're a tough team. Justin Fields pretty much put the team on his back and almost won the game for him by himself. Um, yeah, dang. Najee Harris isn't playing great. Give me the Cowboys. Fuck it. Yeah, give me the Cowboys on the road. I like Dak. I want Zeke to get some more touches. But they have
Dowdle. They need to feed the ball to Dowdle.
Dowdle did have a great game last week, and then Deuce Vaughn. I mean, they got Dalvin Cook.
Got Dalvin.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's still in the practice squad, isn't he?
I'm not sure. Yeah, but they just gotta get the ball spread out, get it out quick, and open up the running game that opens up the passing game, and they'll be set. I think that Cowboys get back to them old selves and have a dominant performance on Sunday night, especially prime time.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys about the Steelers. When do you think that they do give the okay to other teams to reach out and try to obtain Russ? Because obviously it's Justin Fields' team. I think obviously it's a good backup, but if you can get something for Russ, make your team a little bit better, because obviously this is, like I said, Fields' team right now. Do you think they ever do that?
I wouldn't. They're
have a good backup.
Basically league minimum for, probably the second best backup.
Besides not even league minimum.
1.7.
I don't think you're gonna get much. Yeah, it's like 1. I think it's like 1.25.
Yeah, that's all their Steelers
year.
Yeah. I was just wondering. I think Fields is just taking over this team. Being 3-1. That's a pretty good start for where he started. How he was in Chicago. I know he ended the season last year with Chicago pretty good, and kind of just came over to Pittsburgh and doing the same thing like he did last year. So I was wondering.
I don't.
They got two good quarterbacks.
What would you? What would you give for him? 7th conditional pick for him?
Yeah, but there's just with injuries. I was saying, like, there's some injuries happening right now that quarterback. Some teams do need quarterbacks. I mean, obviously you got the Raiders. I mean, that would have been a great quarterback for them. He can get the ball downfield better than Gardner can.
He's still got
just thinking of teams that could need it. But I understand he's probably wouldn't give much. Might as well keep him if Fields does go down or start playing like shit. You can always bring him back in. So,
but no, I don't know. As a GM for the Steelers, I personally wouldn't get rid of him. But yeah, you could always make that opinion that, hey, the Raiders are probably searching. Depends, how they do week 7, 8, 9. We'll see what their win total looks like. But
right,
I can't foresee them getting rid of him.
Yeah,
that cheap.
No, I don't think they'll get rid of him. But this is Justin Fields. It fits Justin Fields, like his personality, like to a T. Like he's running hard. He's playing hard. He loves Coach Tomlin. Yeah, it looks like he's enjoying himself again. So, yeah, fits his personality perfectly. And I think this is Justin Fields' team. But why not keep Russ as a backup? You've seen what happens to these other quarterbacks when they go down, and having a Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champ, and like he had ever won MVP, Super Bowl MVP, I would assume, right?
Yeah, I think he won that. Or did
but I mean, to have that on your team as a backup, I would take it. It's like Joe Flacco. I mean, anybody would take Joe Flacco on their backup or starting right now if that matters. So, but that wraps it up for Sunday's slate. And then we don't have any doubleheaders on Monday, which is unfortunate. It's kind of You didn't? Oh, I kind of I
can only watch one game at a time.
We've been fortunate. I mean, that Tennessee Dolphins game was shitty, and then we had the Seattle and Lions game, which was awesome. So at least we had something fun, entertaining to watch. But this one should be entertaining, as long as the Saints can put up the numbers they've been putting up. But yeah, the 2-2 New Orleans Saints traveling to the other undefeated team in the league, the best team in the league, Kansas City Chiefs, 2-time defending Super Bowl champs. Hosting the New Orleans Saints. Kansas City has a 5.5-point spread in this one. Saints at Chiefs. Who do you guys got?
I got the Saints. I think they're going to go 5-1. Yes. I mean, who are you going to rely on if you're Patrick Mahomes if Kelsey ain't playing the way he has been?
He put up 90 yards last week. I think he's getting back into his rhythm, getting back into shape, football shape,
But I'm just
Yeah, Zachary, you're totally right. I mean, who are their teams falling apart? I mean, they got what's his name, Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce. And then they got Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, Kareem Hunt's going to take more snaps. He's going to start this year or this game.
Kareem Hunt, baby.
But they're falling apart. But it's so tough to play at Arrowhead too.
That's true. But if anyone's going to put the 5-1, it's got to be the Saints right now. So I'm taking the Saints on this one.
Yeah, they would be the team to give the Chiefs their first loss, and this would be a trap game too. Like, who do the Chiefs got next week? This could be a trap game. They got the 49ers next week. Oh, it could be a trap game. Yeah, this one is tough, dude. Because they're gonna be like, Saints have been playing like shit the last couple of weeks. Let's just get in there, get a dub at home, and then we travel to San Francisco. They're already looking ahead to that San Francisco game. This one is tricky.
I'm gonna go.
That's what the Broncos did last year
and I'm glad this is a Monday night game. But go ahead, Ty. What you're saying about the Broncos?
This is what the Broncos did to the Chiefs last year. It was like a 3:25 o'clock game. I had all my picks right, and I needed the Chiefs to win. I for sure thought I was winning $10,000 that night.
Oh, that was that 13 leg or 12 leg?
Yeah. And the fucking Broncos at Mile High knock off the Chiefs. It was the worst feeling in the world. So, I mean, yeah, this could be a trap game. It was very similar to this. Chiefs had a hard game then the week following. It was kind of very similar to this. So, I mean, yeah, this Saints at Chiefs. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Chiefs here. I think it's Patrick Mahomes. It's a primetime game. I haven't seen Derek Carr play many primetime games, or I know he has, but I guess I haven't really watched him a ton. But it's Patty Mahomes, primetime, underneath the lights, at home. Hell, I mean, there's nothing better. I know he's lacking weapons, but last year he didn't have many weapons either. He's going to have to get Juju Smith-Schuster more involved. Kelsey's going to need to get more involved, more targets for sure. And then obviously you open up that run game. I know they have Kareem Hunt, Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's back week 5. I think he's able to come back.
Samaje Perine, Carson Steele.
Get that run game going a little bit, and then that's when you hit Xavier Worthy on those deep balls. Open up a little bit and hit him down the field. I'm going to go Chiefs here. It's going to be a good game. I think this is going to be one of the better, hopefully, don't want to jinx it, but one of the better Monday night games so far this year. I know this past Monday was great, but I'm going to go Chiefs here at home.
Yeah, you got that thought in my head, Zachary. That one's tough. Just like Saints putting up 45 points against the Cowboys and like just dominating a couple teams, first couple weeks, falling off. Chiefs aren't even playing their best football yet either, which is scary. Which is scary at this time because they could let a couple mental mistakes creep in. Oh, but it is impossible to bet against Patrick Mahomes on prime time. Give me Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce in the Chiefs to get this one at home. Yeah, give me the Chiefs at home in this one. I got Patty Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great slate of games for sure, and just want to go over. I know Zach, you haven't probably been keeping track, but not a great start for me. I went 7-9 last week. I'm 500 this year. I'm 32-32. It's terrible. So I'm hoping to get back on the win train here. I know I said it last week and it still didn't happen. So hopefully I can get back in that win column. Maybe I'd take a 10 and it's gonna be how many games are 15? Is it 15 or 14 games?
14, I think, because there's
14.
there's 4 bye week or 4.
So I'll take a 10-4 or 9-5. I'll take that, but nothing under 500 for sure. Can be good slate. What are you, Ty? Do you know what you went last week?
Yeah, I went 9-7. Didn't do too hot. That's 3 weeks in a row right at 500. I'm 38-26 overall record. So, we definitely gotta flip the script and start getting some wins. It's been tough sledding these last few weeks on bets. We haven't been seeing the board well at all, but hopefully Zachary can switch that and bring some good luck to us. And
yes, sir.
And hopefully we get some dubs. But we do this thing at the end of the pod, Zachary, where we pick 3 game locks and 3 TD locks of the week. We'll have Evan start first with his 3 game locks. They can be, since there's only like 14, we can have the same locks if we want. But Evan, start us off. What are your 3 game locks of the week?
Okay, so I am going to go the Baltimore Ravens over the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go the Colts over the Jags. And then I'm going to pick let's go here. I'm going to go an easier one. I'm going to go Seattle over the Giants. So I got the Colts, I got the Ravens, and I got the Seahawks. My game locks, my wins.
Yeah, yeah, those are all great. Those I was looking at those ones. Those are probably a couple of my locks, but I'm gonna go Minnesota. I'm gonna go the home team. I'm gonna go Minnesota with a lock over the New York Jets. I'm gonna go Green Bay Packers with a lock over the Los Angeles Rams, and then I am gonna go. Let's go Houston with a lock over the Buffalo Bills. That one's a risky one. I wouldn't put your money on that one, but I'm gonna rock with the Houston Texans at home on that one.
Boom. And then I guess my three picks. Obviously join and tie with the Vikings over the Jets.
Hell yeah.
But then I also got I'm gonna pick the Buccaneers over the Falcons.
Yep. Thursday night game.
And then I gotta go Colts over Jaguars.
Hell yeah. So we got two Colts picks in there, two Minnesota Vikings picks in there. Got a little bit of a sprinkle of the Green Bay Packers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Cincinnati or Baltimore Ravens over the Cincinnati Bengals, Seattle over the Giants. I mean, yeah, you got a few locks in there that could win you some, put them into a parlay, could win you some money. So yeah, there's 7 locks technically that you guys could throw into a parlay. But yeah, let's switch over to the other side. Let's go 3 TD locks of the week. So yeah, this Zachary could be anytime rushing or receiving touchdown for any player. But if you choose a quarterback, it should be over 1.5 passing touchdowns. So 2 total touchdowns. So yeah, TD locks of the week. Evan, do you have your 3 TD locks you want to shout out to everybody?
Yeah, I got my 2 for sure. My third one I'm still thinking here, but I think I know who I'm going to go. Oh, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to just go with my 2 here, and I'll keep thinking. I'm going to go Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm going to go Kenneth Walker over 1 rushing touchdown or receiving. Obviously rushing, I think. And I'm going to go Scary Terry over 1 receiving or rushing touchdown. Those are my 3 anytime TD locks, and obviously the over 1.5 for Jordan Love.
Yeah, those are money actually. Those are great picks. I think Scary Terry will find the end zone. But yeah, let me throw out my 3 picks. I'm gonna stick with Minnesota, and I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson. JJ. He has had 4 touchdowns in 4 games. So I think he keeps it going. I'm gonna give me Justin Jefferson with the TD lock for the Minnesota Vikings. This one is a surefire lock, I think. Give me Derrick Henry with a rushing touchdown, and then I always like to make it fun here. Give me Justin Fields with a rushing touchdown over Dallas. Justin Fields with a rushing touchdown over Dallas. So I got Justin Jefferson with a receiving touchdown, Derrick Henry with a rushing touchdown, and then Justin Fields with a rushing touchdown over the Dallas Cowboys. Those are my three TD locks. And then go ahead with yours, Zachary. I'll throw in a special one at the end.
I got one. The first one I'm gonna go with DJ Moore, receiving for the Bears over the Panthers. My second pick, I'm gonna go Alvin Kamara, receiving touchdown against the Chiefs.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna have a fun one. We will go. We'll go Jane Daniels, rushing touchdown as well too.
There you go.
Yeah, he has a couple rushing touchdowns this year already. But I mean, this guy is due for a touchdown, and I think he does get it done on Monday night. Travis Kelce, he's due for a touchdown. I think this is for sure his week to get a touchdown. So I think if you want to throw another one in there, Travis Kelce has another TD lock. So
yeah, that's a good one. I think yes, prime time at Arrowhead. Chiefs was probably going to be there.
She wasn't there last week.
Yeah, I know.
So hopefully she makes an appeance and he surprises her with the TD and his dick in a box at the end for his touchdown celebration.
I'll go through all of our game locks and then TD locks, and then we can wrap it up here. But so I'll go myself. I went Colts, Ravens, Seahawks. Those are my locks. Ty, you went Vikings, Packers, Houston. And then Zachary, you went Vikings, Buccaneers, Colts. Those are our game locks. And then TD locks, I went Jordan Love over 2 TDs passing, 1.5 passing. Kenneth Walker over 1 touchdown rushing. Scary Terry, rushing or receiving or rushing. Ty, you went Justin Jefferson, Derrick Henry, and then Justin Fields 1 rushing, not passing, 1 rushing. And then Zachary, you went DJ Moore rushing, Alvin Kamara rushing, and then you went Jaden Daniels rushing, not passing. Both receiving for you,
DJ Moore for receiving. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kamara for receiving, and then Jaden for
1 rush. And Ty, you went rushing for obviously Henry, and then receiving for Justin Jefferson.
Yep. And then rushing for Jefferson. Yeah, it could be. They saw Amon-Ra do that last week, which was bread and butter right in his bread basket to Jared Goff, which was late hands by Jared Goff. It was sweet.
Jared Goff looked really, really, really good. 18 for 18. He said, what Campbell said, he's like, he gave the ball to somebody else. He's like, man, if I would have known that, he went for 18 for 18, I would have given him the game ball. He looks really good. And we talk about all these quarterbacks that are older, finding their groove. Obviously, you got Sam Darnold, you got the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, and then all these quarterbacks are finding their groove.
Baker Mayfield,
on a new team, whether it's on a new team. I think it's all about kind of the system where you're at, environment, coaching, scheme. But yeah, it's been an exciting year so far, and I'm ready for this week. And hopefully the Vikings get a win in London, and hopefully the Packers get a win on the road.
Hell yeah. I mean, hopefully all our teams hit and we win shit ton of money. I mean, but yeah, a lot of exciting stuff to look forward to in week 5. We went over all the games, got our picks in, got our locks, TD locks, game locks. And I'm just excited for week 5 to kick off here tomorrow night, or I guess tonight when the pod drops Thursday night. You got the Buccaneers and the Falcons kicking everything off. Thanks for joining the pod, Zachary. Appreciate you coming
for having
on.
Me, guys.
Taking time out of your night. I like having extra guests on. It's just fun to bounce things back and forth, see what you guys think, and everything like that. So, anything else you guys want to add before we wrap it up here?
No, go Pack, go baby.
Ooh,
yeah. SKOL. Hell yeah, dude. That wraps it up for week 5. We'll see you guys next week on Too Confrontational. Until then, peace.
See you, boys.
See you, boys.